And a lot of style coming off the Cavaliers bus earlier on. We'll see if that style translates to the court as they get set to do battle on the road. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. How is that for a gorgeous sight? The Washington Monument here in the District of Columbia. So beautifully framed in the sunlight. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Washington Wizards going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. And here's what the Cavaliers' schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And for the matchup with the Celtics, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." And Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Wizards, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Travis Berton's out there with Bryant. And it's Brown in at the small forward.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Just 5 on the clock. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Wall, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Look at the edge Wall plays with. I love it. When he gets hit, he still remains calm and steady and focuses and knocks the shot down.
Thompson passes to Love. Kicks it to Sexton. To the paint. Here's Osman. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Wall finds Beal. It's deflected. Here's Osman, defended by Bryant and taken away by Brown. And there's the pass to Beal. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Come on, Kevin. How do you contain Beal right there? I mean, at times he just muscles shots in against tough defense.
Here's Love. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Yeah, great job of getting a look before the horn sounded and gaining some momentum.
Tie game in Washington. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters, John Wall said it taught him a lot. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age, but his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Wizards' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Kevin Love. Porter is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Nance. And it's Windler in at the 3 spot. Here is Love. After the made shot from Bradley Beal. The 19-foot shot. Love can't hit. Beal against Love. Left side, Beal. Pass to Wagner. Now Miles. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Good on the three-point shot. Miles has got the lead up to 3 now for the Wizards.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. You gotta have somebody keeping track of it.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Clarkson. They get it back. It's good from in tight. Nance has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Beal fires from way outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Wizards lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Bradley, good flow and good pace in the first half. Exactly the guys you want to play. What's going right?
Just open looks and being aggressive. We were able to get to the basket a few times. The guys are knocking down open shots when we had the opportunity to. I mean, the shots are actually falling tonight, so that's all it is.
They love to see it when your shots go in. Thanks, Bradley. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts.
Well, Ernie, I'm not even a player anymore, but I'm not happy with the soft defense they had. Full of holes, allowing over 60% shooting. Ridiculous, fellas. It's amazing that they're still in this game. I think it's going to come down to how bad they want it. I even want it. Ernie, sign me on a 10-day contract right now.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give him a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Brown out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the 5. That's the group for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. The Wizards making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Both free throws good from Love. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man Colin Sexton already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
So it's the Cavaliers now, following the bucket by the Wizards. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And the technical free throw is good.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. Thomas comes in for John Wall. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Sexton. He nails it, and we're tied up.
A dangerous scorer from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Smith kicks to Bryant. Here's Thomas. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Here's Osman, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we wrap up the third, and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Manning the backcourt, it's Sexton and Clarkson. Then it's Porter. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Osman in at the 4. Brown outside. Here's Beal. And it's Osman with the rebound. Well, Cleveland shooting at 50% in a decent groove. But they'll get another chance. Hachimura grabs the miss. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. To the right side. Here's Wagner, covered by Nance. Stolen by Clarkson. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Clarkson's running.
Changing ends. I mean, Clarkson's speed can be hard to match up with.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. A 2-point game. offensive rebound. Hachimura counters a huge shot to tie it up.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Timeout called, Cleveland. The score knotted at 17. There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Love.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. And John Wall subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what John Beilein said to his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 3. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seven-second difference, shot and game clock. Washington calls timeout. They're down by 3. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On defense, Cleveland. 3-point lead. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Beal. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, they feel comfortable going to Beal down the stretch. He's a big-time gamer who welcomes pressure.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so they foul intentionally.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
You got to appreciate how Love plays the game. He doesn't demand attention. He plays hard and smart for this team.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Forget about the pressure. He was perfect. No choice but to look for the 3.
Beal from deep three-point land. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Yeah, you got to admire how gifted a shooter Beal is. He can drain long shots even from way outside.
And John Beilein wants a timeout. Here's Garland. Love at the elbow. Over Bertine. Oh, off target. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for Cleveland, Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. There's 45 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's Wall. Misses the wing J.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Money!
Big shot player. Sexton showing us he loves the spotlight. Seems energized performing here under the bright lights.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 29 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Cavaliers on D. 4-point game. Beal from long range. Thompson with the rebound. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's an intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
A good league is even better with excellent work at the stripe.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
I love that pass. Wall is a classic point guard who makes everyone around him better. When he's missed time, his teams have always suffered.
And so it's Cleveland who comes out on top here. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Kevin, big job tonight in winning the game. What do you learn about your team when you win a game like this?
We're just giving ourselves a chance to win. So, we're really just grinding it out as much as we possibly can, and we're getting better every day. So, we're happy we got this win. I got to give it all to my teammates and my coaches.
Great focus at the end, Kevin. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long.